down tree there, known as the Roosevelt. We've got to be here the first, the largest of all the
Yeah, Garrett Dickman, Yosemite National Park. I'm a forest ecologist, and on the incident, I was called in to help protect the placer grove of big trees here. And the reason we're protecting trees like this, in the past 2 years, we've lost nearly 20% of all giant sequoias on Earth in high severity fire. So we're going through great lengths to make sure that this grove is not part of that statistic. And in the previous 2,000 years, we lost almost no giant sequoias to high severity fire. This tree died of natural causes, fell over or burned within the past 100 years or so, but it wasn't a wall of flames that was coming towards it. And that's what we're concerned about, and that's what we're trying to prevent. And that's why you hear all these chainsaws whirring in the background, is these firefighters are removing the fuels away from the bases of these trees so that when fire comes in the grove, it comes in on the ground and it's not a crown fire that overtops them. And we've seen that in other groves where you have a 250-foot tall tree, kind of like what we've got here. And I've seen flames that have overtopped those trees. So because of the fuels and the dryness of them, these flames are overtopping these trees and they just can't survive that. So we're gonna make sure this doesn't add to the statistic, like I said.
So, and then how old did you say this tree probably was before it went down?
You know, they're pretty hard to age, but if I had to guess, I'd say over 1,000 years. We know they can live over 3,000 years. Size isn't necessarily a good indication. I usually have to take a look at the crown, but if we were to sit here and spend all day counting the rings, I'm pretty sure we get at least 1,000 years out of this tree and many of the other ones that are in this grove.
How many, just an estimate, how many sequoias do you think are in this general area that you guys are trying to protect?
There's not very many. So there's 7 mature trees, and there's maybe another half dozen smaller juvenile trees, and then probably a couple hundred seedlings. And so sequoias need fire, and there hasn't been much fire here in the past 100 years or so, and so we're not seeing a lot of regeneration that's happened naturally. So if we do our job right, we might actually see a whole carpet of baby sequoias next year coming in after this fire.
So being that there's so few here, that does what you would say make this a high priority protection area.
Every single tree is important. And it's not just the giant sequoias. There's some phenomenally large Douglas fir, sugar pine, Jeffrey pine, ponderosa. There's some really big trees in here, and they're all really important, but especially those mature giant sequoias. We can't replace those. We can't replace those in my lifetime or my kid's lifetime or my kid's lifetime. It's generations before those trees are replaced.
What preventative measures are you guys taking right now or what proactive measures are you guys taking to prevent the fire from coming into here and affecting some of these trees?
Yeah, right now we're removing the fuels that could push up into the canopy and potentially kill the trees. So that's the biggest thing we're doing, is taking the fuels away. We're prepping to burn it under our own terms and not let the fire come to us. We're going to bring fire to the grove and make sure that we fight fire with fire in here. We also have a hose lace surrounding the trees, and we're ready to deploy sprinklers, nozzles. We're ready to get in there and do Sequoia first aid to protect each and every one of these trees.
He's gonna grab the placard. We're gonna go get the placards.
Okay.
You coming?
Yeah, I'm just getting a shot of this.
And then they're trying to look at that indirect piece going down to the river still. So, and if they aren't going to use you guys there, it'll just be start snagging Mosquito Ridge Road. Yeah.
Very impressive.
It's like so big it looks fake.
Right.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was. I was like, Jesus Christ, is this how you guys do things out there? You know? So when we leave, if we continue that road out, we can get out.
Yeah, I'll show you in a map.
'Cause I'm definitely not gonna drive through those cliffs, man. That shit was hell.
Yeah, we're at Placer County Big Trees Grove and picnic area, and we took the sign off to make sure that it didn't burn.
And how many signs are there?
We have 2 signs here that say for the Big Trees Grove, pointing in the right direction.
And
And we'll put these signs back as soon as this fire is out, so you know how to get right in here.